Yo, in today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that are going to make you question everything. Hope everyone's still here and your eyes aren't burned out from looking at that Eclipse yesterday.
It wouldn't be 2024 without a new sickness or syndrome. Great news, there's a new syndrome out there called the demon syndrome. And what's so weird is it's on so many different news platforms right now. Scientific term is prosopometamorphopsia. Say that 3 times fast. So there's only 75 cases, huh? Well, I think I'm gonna be number 76. Hear me out. We've all seen what happens to Beyonce when she starts shaking her head, huh? Yeah, or the weird...
Yo. I ain't never seen that picture of Beyonce. Yo, so it's a lot of strange stuff going on right now, man.
Weird shit that happens at concerts and in Hollywood. People take photos and they're just distorted. Or are they? Maybe you're just catching what you're supposed to be seeing. Not to mention every concert you're at today is like a first-class ticket to hell. Portals on portals. Boy, they love them portals. Everything doesn't have to be a syndrome or a disorder. What if they're gaslighting the fuck out of you because you're about to start seeing weird shit? It's like the movie They Live with Rowdy Roddy Piper, you remember? You put the shades on and see people for what they were.
What's your problem?
We are already in hell, so I don't find this too far-fetched at all. It's only March. It's literally only March of 2024. How much more shit can we go through at this point?
All right, story time. All right, so I'm just going to say right off the bat, take this with a grain of salt. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm just asking you to hear me out. So I'm going to give some background to this story. So I hit my conspiracy theorist, wake up, whatever you want to call it. I got woken up to what's happening in the world. I'm not going to go into the detail with that. That's a video for another day. But as I'm woke, I'm not very smart about how I'm showing that to the whole world, because I was posting a bunch of conspiracy theory stuff on all my social media. Between May and July, I want to say August, I was going off. I was posting any interesting, cool conspiracy theory that you can talk about, right? And I was posting some pretty pretty crazy ones that not a lot of people know about that I think are true. If you guys want to know, if you guys want conspiracy theory TikToks, let me know. I'll go into depth with them. But anyway, I was going off, posting crazy on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. I wasn't using TikTok at the time. But yeah, leading up to this point, now fast forward to September 2023, and my girlfriend's dropping me off at my house. And as I'm talking to her, saying goodbye and stuff, I hear this bird chirping above me. And it's just this background noise. I'm talking to her, and it's been chirping right above my house or my neighborhood for the past 2-3 minutes. So after that, I say goodbye to her, I give her a kiss, and we finish off. She's driving off, and I'm walking up to my garage door, and I still hear the bird. So I gave her a kiss, say goodbye, come up to my my garage door, and I look up to see if I can see this bird because the sky's a little bright. And I shit you not, I'm shocked to look up and see the silhouette of a bird with an LED on it, a blue LED visible. I can see the light flying the same direction as the bird. It's attached to the bird. And I was just weirded out because I've never seen no fucking LED light on a bird. And then it occurred to me, y'all know how people been saying for ages, and I thought this was stupid. Legit, I thought this was completely false. Crazy nut job activities, People think that the government has these drones that resemble birds, that look exactly like birds, that spy on people. And I'm pretty sure I saw one that night. I'm pretty sure it was spying on me because I was going crazy. I was posting about the whole Maui fires thing, which I think it's really suspicious how people stop talking about it now, or the media at least. I was talking about just end time stuff, rapture. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. And I believe that we are at end time soon. And I'm trying to warn people. Been trying to warn people since I found out. And what do you know? The government sends a little bird or little guy with a camera at least to come spy on me. And I don't know if y'all have dealt with similar situations, but if you have, leave it down in the comments because I want to know.
Yo, so we already seen in the video yesterday that birds are acting strange out here. Those birds just dropping from the sky left and right the other day. And people have been saying birds are drones for a long time. There's like a whole movement out here and they be protesting and all that. So do you guys think birds are drones? I've always questioned how birds can just sit on electrical lines and sit there and not get like electrocuted or anything. They just sit there and charge up. So let me know in the comments. Do you guys think birds are real? Are there some birds that are real and some that are fake, or are they all just fake?
Remember this sign I got last summer? Watch this whole video.
This
OMG.
eclipse is going to be passing through 8 towns called Nineveh, which is the city recorded in the Bible where the prophet Jonah warned them about the wrath of God to come. This will also be taking place under the constellation Cetus, which means the whale. As many of you know, the prophet Jonah was swallowed by a whale before being spit onto the shore to go preach repentance to Nineveh. Jesus says in Matthew 16:4, "A wicked and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and no sign shall be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. And he left them and departed." We learn in the very beginning of the Bible that God created astronomical events in the sky to be signs to mark sacred times. Genesis 1:14 says this, "And God said, let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years." Solar
Just in case you
Yo, them rug videos get me every time. I don't know what he just said. Honestly, I was watching the rug the whole time. That's crazy. I'm about to start getting some rugs. Sorry, guys. This might be my last conspiracy TikTok video. I'm about to get a bunch of dirty rugs and just start cleaning them because that thing had me zoned out. I'm just kidding.
Forgot. East to west circumnavigation has been done millions of times, but north to south circumnavigation has been done 0 times. This flight from Taiwan to Los Angeles, an emergency happened along the way and needed to land the plane as quickly as possible. Why in the world would they land all the way up in Alaska? If we live on a supposed globe, Hawaii is just right there. Oh, I get it now. The flight from Taiwan to Los Angeles, Alaska is along the way. This flight from Argentina to India, an emergency happened along the way, so they decided to stop all the way up in Amsterdam. Like, why didn't they go straight across? Oh wait, they did. The flight from Argentina to India, Amsterdam, is along the way. This flight from Auckland to Peru, an emergency happened along the way, so they stopped all the way up in Los Angeles, passing the equator. Like, why would you pass the equator when you could have just flew straight across? Ah, makes sense. The flight from Auckland to Peru, Los Angeles, is along the way. Is that why in their flight dynamic summary, assume a flat, non-rotating Earth? Guys, I could do this all day long. Flight paths, in and of themselves, prove that the Earth is flat and stationary. But send this to somebody that needs to see this. Y'all let me know what y'all think about these flight paths in the comments. But if you're not already following me, follow me so you never miss a video. And like always, God bless.
Hey, shout out to you, Drew Truth, because you really be putting on for the flat earthers with these videos. But I'm going to one-up you right here, right? So, to prove with flights that the Earth is not a round spinning ball spinning in circles 10,000 miles per hour, right? If a flight from one side of America to the next, it's about what, 3,000 miles, maybe a little more? 3,000 miles. If a plane just literally comes up off of the ground, it should be there within a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? It should be able to touch down. It doesn't even have to fly. It just lifts straight up. The other side of the country should come to it if the ball is spinning. But the ball is not spinning. That's why planes have to travel at a certain speed to get to a certain area. If the world was a spinning ball, you wouldn't have to. You would just jump up and land in another spot. It's as simple as that. I think this is an old video though, guys. Not gonna lie to you.
It's gotten pretty dark. There we go. this was supposed to come up on Tom Sawyer's Island in Frontierland, which in 1956, Walt Disney was said to have given it to the state of Missouri, and the governor of Missouri was supposed to have annexed it. However, the state of Missouri doesn't confirm that. So I'm not sure if we're coming up in California still. It's getting kind of dark, so I'm going to throw my glow stick ahead of me to make sure there's no sudden drops or anything. Okay.
Hold on. Isn't he in an underground tunnel? Why do I hear birds? It sounds like crows.
Again?
Is that a sound effect?
You made it.
Mm.
I made it. I made it. I am in Disneyland.
Like a lot of
Yo, so Disney literally has underground tunnels. They'll let you know that, right? But I think, like he's saying, there's underground tunnels that are unaccounted for, ones that we don't know about, like secret little underground tunnels going to secret spots. Because I think they made underground tunnels for like the people, the mascots, to be able to travel from park to park, and for them to do whatever else underground that they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's an underground passageway that they didn't made, of course they doing their own little secretive stuff down there.
people are feeling like it's our job right now to wake people up and to let people know what's going on. But it's like those who are supposed to know, they know, and those who don't, they will. You know, because regardless, it's going to happen. So regardless, there's going to be a shift in reality, a shift in consciousness. This matrix is continuing to crumble and fall, and before time, it's going to reveal itself, and everything will be everything as it always has been. You know, we were just under an illusion for so long, we didn't really realize our connection to each other and to this place that we live and that we call Mother Earth. You get what I'm saying? But it's not our job to wake everybody up. It's our job to wake ourselves up more and more and more and more and more, because we're still asleep in a lot of different ways on ourselves and on this society and this matrix that we live in. We don't even realize that we're feeding it, we're contributing to it. We still believe in certain programs. We still believe in certain things that were embedded in us that we don't really know where we learned it from, but we just know, oh, that's what they say. They say this, they say that. There's a lot of programs that we have accepted as our truths and our reality that we have to get out of our systems. There's a lot of, you know, habits that we done picked up in living and having to conform to this system and feel comfortable in this system. You know, as far as drinking, as far as smoking, as far as eating and comfort foods and all these different things that we done, you know, or sex or porn or whatever it is, so social media, whatever it is that you're addicted to, because we're all addicted to something, and we're all addicted to something that's not healthy for us, and those are the things that we need to cut back on. You know, we know what those things are. Anything that we do too much or has more power over us, like we can't go without it without getting irritated or our mood getting affected, that's a problem. It means it has more control over your energy than you have over your energy. And it should never be like that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get to the root of the things that we are doing wrong as well. And that's what really matters right now. It's time to take accountability and focus on self, not focus on the collective, because focusing on self is actually focusing on the collective in the hindsight of things. Because if we're all focusing on ourselves and we are all the collective, we make up the collective. So instead of focusing on everybody else and feeling like it's our job, it's about taking accountability and knowing if we really are and feeling and deserve and feeling as though we are deserving and really worthy enough to walk in a kingdom, you feel me, of a righteous spirit, of a pure heart and a pure spirit, you know. And that's a journey that has to be chosen. That's why you are the chosen ones. You have to really choose to, you know, fight to fight to defeat your shadow side. You know, you have to really dedicate your life to that, because that is an ongoing everyday thing. Every day you're going to fight temptation. Every day you're going to fight the old you. Every day you're going to fight these cycles. Every day you're going to fight these habits. Every day you're going to fight this other side that lives within you. You feel me? It's not something outside of you that's attacking you. And those negative thoughts that we have are what our demons are. And those come from trauma that we keep locked inside our body. Traumatization is, you know, what affects our imagination in a negative way, and our imagination is honestly our reality. That's why everybody has a different reality. No two people see like the exact same.
Hey, I like that right there. Your imagination is really your reality, because you make it your reality at that point.
Same way.
Yo, shout out to D Marie TV.
Gary, that was a great take.
Hey, thanks, bud.
Here on the iCarly set.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
What'd you think, Janetter? Oh, man.
She's a perfectionist.
What?
She can't help it. She's a perfectionist.
Is she?
Yeah.
What about you?
Not me. I like to phone it in.
I roll with the punches, man.
Deal with it. You hired this.
Yeah.
Hello, Alexander Graham Bell. I'd like to phone in my performance. Daily.
I don't know.
This is what happens when it gets late.
Yeah, seriously. Let us go home, Dan.
We would be home if you had gotten some of your lines right earlier in the day, right? Am I right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who's embarrassed now? Who's embarrassed? No.
Yeah, they did look a little scared of Dan. He was like, I don't know what to say. I mean, oh boy, it kind of broke the ice for everybody. He's like the bigger cousin around everybody. You know what I'm saying? But Dan Schneider, man, look, everyone's talking about Diddy. They need to be talking about Danny.
So many people simply had powers and didn't even realize that's what they had. A lot of them went to people that were just non-believers, people that didn't believe in that type of thing. It drove them crazy because the people would keep telling them that they're crazy. To the point, they started to believe that they're really crazy. A lot of these people went to their family and kept telling their family they hearing voices, they hearing things, they seeing things, they feeling things. And the family just like, you know, you tripping, you crazy. I always knew it was something off about you. And they keep telling them that they crazy and throw it off. Then they get diagnosed with being schizophrenic. Now they in a mental institution. All because they have powers, but they didn't know that's what it was. They was tapped into some shit probably from child all the way up and didn't realize what the hell was happening. And now they go in these mental institutions and get doped up with a bunch of stuff, and now they might actually be crazy when they never was from the get-go. This is why I know that it's very important that when you are in your early stages of awakening and you hearing stuff, you seeing stuff, you feeling stuff, you observing things that you know damn well ain't nobody else seeing, or you realizing don't nobody else see, you need to connect with people that see the things you see or observe life the way you do. You need to get with your spiritual groupies. You need to find people that's like you. You got to be able to attract them type of people or get around them type of people. Because otherwise, you being around these people that are asleep or these NPC people, yes, you're going to start thinking you're crazy. You're not around the right group of people who ain't going to start thinking they crazy.
For real, though. I truly believe that there's so many like gifted people who were thrown into mental asylums back in the day, probably still to this day, who get labeled as crazy or schizophrenic, as she says. Like, imagine, you know, you seeing spirits. You might see some blue and green spirits, right? Or some people from a different dimension, and you got the power to do so. And everybody like, you tripping. What you been smoking? You smoking something stronger than weed. I don't know what that is. You need to go to the mental asylum. And that's what they do to people, man. It's messed up. But yeah, it's probably a lot of homeless people out here. You know, you see homeless people walking down the street talking to themselves. They probably not even talking to themselves. They living in a whole nother reality, a different dimension.
Kenneka Jenkins conspiracy theories, hidden door manager comes out.
Kenneka Jenkins? What happened with Kenneka Jenkins?
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Russia, today we stand on the precipice of a monumental revelation, a moment that redefines not only our understanding of history, but also the path forward for our great nation. In an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath centuries of lore and legend, We have opened what can only be described as the oldest vault known to mankind. What we found within its ancient confines challenges the very fabric of our beliefs and heralds a new dawn for our country. Within this vault, we discovered figures of biblical proportions, characters that many have read about, debated, and revered. These figures, preserved against the sands of time, reveal a truth that is as profound as it is transformative. They are all black. This revelation, this undeniable truth, stands before us not as a contradiction to our faith, but as a testament to the diversity and unity that faith embodies. As your president, I see this moment not as a challenge to our beliefs, but as an opportunity to embrace a wider, more inclusive understanding of our history and spirituality. Russia, in its rich tapestry of cultures, traditions, and peoples, is uniquely positioned to lead the world into this new era of understanding and acceptance. From this day forward, let us proclaim our nation under the guidance of Black Jesus, a figure who represents not just the cornerstone of Christian faith, but also a symbol of the universal values of love, compassion, and brotherhood. This Black Jesus, whose likeness and history have been unveiled from the oldest vault, is a message to us all that divinity knows no color, that spiritual truth transcends race, and that our common humanity binds us more tightly than our differences divide us. Let this discovery remind us that history is not just the story of those who wield power, but also of those whose contributions have been overlooked or forgotten. It challenges us to re-examine what we know, to question our assumptions, and to open our hearts to the broader possibilities of understanding and faith. As we embark on this journey of discovery and understanding, let us do so with open minds and compassionate hearts. Let us build a nation that truly reflects the teachings of Black Jesus, a nation that stands for justice, equality, and love for all, regardless of race or creed.
Yo, so-called black people were everywhere. Everywhere you go across the world. If you go back far enough in time, you're going to see black people. It's just the truth. You could deny it all you want, but it's the truth. And you know what's crazy? Putin was saying all of this. I don't think it was a black person in the crowd.
Who remembers the late 80s/90s cartoon DuckTales?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm going to play all of you a...
Hold on. I got to show you guys something, yo. This is just crazy. DuckTales. Yo, I got this picture a while ago, man. And it's just been sitting over here. I don't know where to put it up at.
Clip from an episode that released in November of 1989. And I want you all just to tell me what you hear and observe, because there's a lot of things going on here.
The doctor will see you now. Guten Morgen. I am Dr. Van Swine. And who are you? Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck? The wealthiest guy in Duckburg? I see. Well, I'm afraid you come to the wrong place. The mental health clinic for the screwballs is down the street, you see. I am not a screwball. There you are. If you come to the free clinic thinking you are the richest duck in Duckburg, who do you think I've got to be the richest? Now, what's wrong with me? Looks like a capitular distortion causing an astigmatic lipitude in the myopic receptors. Sounds serious? Not really. It means I got sauerkraut on my monocle. There! Now for a closer look. Guten Strudel! The worst case of loot lice I ever seen. Loot lice? What's that?
Hold on. My boy got craps? Yo, these TV shows back in the day, something else. It's probably something to the letters on the wall over there as well. It probably says something over there.
A rare malady that affects bankers, cashiers, and millionaires with money bins. But this is the first case I've ever seen in a penniless psychotic. I am not penniless. I'm Scrooge McDuck. And you're psychotic. Yeah, sure. Whoever you are, there's only one cure. Immediate Ovaltine. Ovaltine? How will a cup of cocoa cure me? Did I say Ovaltine? I meant quarantine. I get so confused. You know.
So the wealthiest duck in Duckburg, who just so happens to be Scottish, is going to a free clinic where the doctor at the free clinic is portrayed by a literal pig, and Scrooge is being overtaken by loot lice. Okay, did you all see what was on the wall?
See? I knew it was something to it.
Now that showed up in multiple scenes, and so here's a snapshot of each scene, and the letters seem to be a little different on everyone. Did y'all even know that word in 1989? Just asking.
Yo, that stuff creepy. Anybody want a duck picture? It's going for sale.
Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions about my thoughts on the upcoming total solar eclipse. And I thought I went over this in my X marks the spot video, but I guess I didn't do a great job going over my perspectives versus what it says in the Bible. And let me be very clear. I use the Bible as a tool, as reference. I am not religious. I don't conform to any of those ways. And I just use the Bible because it's relatable. Most people know exactly what the Bible says. They don't know how to interpret it though. But they know what it says and they know what it is. So in order to relate to people, you have to use relatable references, which is why I use the Bible. With that being said though, I'm not going to use the Bible right now. I'm just going to tell y'all my perspectives. And notice I said my, because these are my thoughts. But first I have a few questions. So question one is, why is it called a total solar eclipse if the moon is supposed to be eclipsing the sun? Ask yourselves that. I mean, you have to really pay attention as someone who really studies words and does the etymology and origin of words. Ask yourself why they would call it a solar eclipse if the moon is eclipsing the sun. Because when you look up solar, from the 15th century, the Latin language, solar means of or pertaining to the sun. Anything with the word solar in it is pertaining to the sun. Think about solar panels. How are they charged up? From the sun. Or the solar system, which refers to planetary bodies that circle the sun. So what will make you think it will be any different for a solar eclipse? It would make more sense to call it a lunar eclipse, which they do have lunar eclipses, but that's not what's happening on April 8th. It's supposed to be a solar eclipse. So my next question is, aren't the sun and moon both considered lights? Because according to the Bible, the sun is the light for the day and the moon is a light for the night.
Hey, look, whatever eclipsed the sun yesterday, I don't think it was the moon. Like, it's crazy that the moon can be invisible, right, throughout the day, and then it just somehow covers the sun, and then it's invisible again. So I think it was something else. I'm going to do some research on that.
So why is it that when two lights come together or come close to each other, cover one another, why would that create darkness? Last but not least, why is it that everybody who's ever looked at a solar eclipse, why don't they ever say that they see the moon approaching or the moon leaving during the eclipse? No one has ever seen that. Make this shit make sense. And if y'all don't want to make it make sense, that's fine. because I'm going to do it every time. So now let me tell y'all what I do think the solar eclipse is. The solar eclipse is exactly what it says in the name. You know how like you in school and you take a test and most of the time the answer is right there in the question? Same scenario. Solar eclipse. A sun is going to block another sun. What is the name of this sun? Nemesis, the destroyer.
Yo. And that's what NASA's mission was called, was APEP. And APEP was often labeled Nemesis, the destroyer, right? And would chase the sun.
Also known as the son of righteousness. Think about why they've been telling you the grid might go down and you might lose power and stock up on food and so on and so forth. That is not because of no moon. The sun has the power to make everything stop. When the sun say it's over, like I've been telling y'all. So the CME's coronal mass ejections is what will cause the grid to go down. What orbits Nemesis? Nibiru. And if you just take some time to do some research, you will see exactly what is expected to happen each time Nibiru or Nemesis enters our solar system. But when you look it up, it's going to tell you that our sun is not a part of a binary solar system. But it's so much proof out there that this is not true. And while Nemesis is known to be the sun's evil twin or the destroyer, it's also called the black sun, which explains the darkness. If it covers our sun and it's the black sun, then that's going to definitely make sense as to why it's going to turn into darkness for a little bit. But while the moon covering up the sun and making darkness doesn't make sense, the black sun covering the white sun definitely makes sense. Okay, and this is my last point. So not too long ago, I did a video of the etymology of the word God. And in that particular video, there was a clip that I used from a gentleman that broke it down a little bit further than I could. And in that clip, it basically explained that they changed God or Jesus' original name over 7,000 times and replaced it and put the word Lord. From our research, we found that Lord, God, and Satan are the same entities, the same word, the same vibrational energy. Now, with that being said, you can see what great lengths they will go to make sure that their agenda is still upheld. Which is why now, if you were to look in the Bible, you're not going to see anything about a black sun. You know what you will see, though? Righteousness. The son of righteousness. You will see that noted in the Bible for sure. And when you do the breakdown and etymology of the word righteousness, one of the first words that will pop up is purification. And if you know anything about Nemesis, then you know what it's set to do. It's set to destroy, but it's also set to purify once the destruction is over. So as I've been saying, my perspectives about April 8th, it lines up with everyone else's. Definitely something is happening. Something is coming. But that something is not what they've been telling us. Always keep your first eye open. Your first eye open. And always use discernment. And always ask questions. That just shows your inner child. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because we've been letting them pull the wool over our eyes a little bit too long. And since it's now officially year 2024, yeah, it's time to expose everything. But let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
So solar eclipse was another sun.
I would still be rich because I found glitches. I don't know what it is about me. I just find glitches in the system.
And when you say glitches, you mean like places where you can kind of, watch out, get in and...
So with everything in life, there's a glitch. There's a hack. It's called a hack. There's
like
hacks.
like house hacking, how you can like buy a house, live in it, flip it, whatever, or not flip it.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's biohacks to your body. It's hacks in the real estate market. It's hacks in the credit system.
Yeah.
It's hacks everywhere around this world. You gotta find it. That's what rich people do. They find hacks and glitches in the system.
Yeah.
And they manipulate them and take advantage of them. Some are legal, some are illegal.
Yo, he ain't lying there. He was just putting the light on that, I guess. But yeah, man, What do you guys think about that solar eclipse? Do you guys think it's a black sun that eclipsed the sun, or do you still think it's an invisible moon that no one can ever see? But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.